Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I am testing out this new setup right now. I'm finally using an actual tripod instead of just stacking boxes and books on my desk. So hence the new angle. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I think it's been about 2 weeks since I've filmed a morning chat, but I've been really taking some much needed time for myself and doing the self-coaching program, trying to work out more, lose weight, become stronger, all of that. And I wanted to hop on here today because Brandon and I had a very interesting conversation last night that I thought was worth sharing. So last night before we went out to dinner, we started talking about intimacy in marriage, right? And bear with me because this is still like a little bit uncomfortable, I guess, for me to talk about on YouTube. But yeah, we were just talking about like intimacy, if you know what I mean, in marriage. And I brought this up because I wanted to explore how we can be better at it. And it's one of those things where I feel like there shouldn't be shame surrounding it. And in fact, I think it's cool to have more open and honest conversations about this. Like, you know, obviously with your spouse or even amongst... Okay, my groceries are here. I knew this would happen. Hold on. Okay, so basically I brought it up to Brandon and I asked, like, how do you think we can improve the intimacy in our marriage? And we were thinking about one of our married couple friends, and we know that they have an awesome relationship, and in all aspects, right? Like with each other, with their kids, and we're talking about what their life is like and what makes it so healthy. And one of the things that Brandon mentioned was that they've designed their lifestyle so that they're not constantly consuming, like, you know, external stimulus, whether that's like watching, you know, TV all the time or, I don't know, consuming yourself in video games or whatever that distraction is. And he was saying that, yeah, they've designed their lives where I don't think they have a TV like in their home at all. I know that they really promote playing with their kids and being outside and creating more than consuming. So we were talking about that, and I told Brandon, I'm like, man, that's something I want to learn. Like, I want that for us. And he completely agreed with me. So then we just started kind of talking about, you know, our relationship. We've established that, you know, it's not a matter of us being bored with each other. You know, we're very attracted to each other. Like, we're very stimulated with each other, whether that's like emotionally or physically, mentally, all of that, right? And so, you know, with that groundwork, we just thought, okay, how can we be better about connecting with each other in that way? And so the suggestion that Brandon made, which I loved, was that we cut out social media and basically just content consumption from our lives for about 2 weeks. And the reason he said that, which I thought was really interesting, was I asked him, I'm like, you know, every time we do it, it's great, right? It's always amazing. And every time it's like, oh, why don't we do this more often? Like, these are honestly the conversations that we have between us. And what he said yesterday I thought was really interesting. And he said, you know, it's when we sit on the couch and we're just like binge watching Netflix for hours, and you get that constant, you know, dopamine hit without actually doing anything, like without actually, you know, working towards anything, then whatever you do after that, it just feels like work. So one of the things that we really enjoy is, you know, after a long day of work for Brandon, I don't have a 9 to 5, so I can't say that it's the same for me, but at the end of the day together, we really enjoy having dinner. I've been cooking a lot more these days at home, so we have dinner and we'll watch Netflix together. But by the time it's time to sleep, we just hop into bed, and then we just, like, you know, Brandon will read a book. That's his usual mode of operation. And we don't keep our phones by our bedside, but I have an iPad there. And when I get into bed, I like to catch up on my YouTube feed, right? Like watching other videos. So that's kind of like the routine that we have. And then I'll try to do like a meditation before I go to bed if like I can't turn my brain off. So when Brandon brought up the whole social media thing, I didn't even like consider that as a factor. Like, I just thought it's just something we do, and I didn't realize the consequences of it, right? Just sitting there and like consuming all these videos and like, you know, scrolling through Instagram. It never stops, right? You just like, I don't know, for me it's like, okay, 2 more scrolls and then I'm putting it away. And some days it's harder for me, especially if I'm like procrastinating on doing something else. Like it's easy for me to get lost on Instagram, as I'm sure many of you guys can agree with. So he brought this up and he was like, why don't we challenge ourselves to just get rid of social media for 2 weeks and let's see what happens, right? Like, what will we do with our time? How can we get to know each other better, or like spend time together with the absence of Netflix or YouTube? This kind of isn't coming out of total left field for us, because I think it's been like maybe a month or 2 for Brandon where he deleted Facebook and Instagram apps off his phone. So he doesn't ever look at Instagram and Facebook on his phone. I know that once in a while when he wants to check Instagram, he'll just hop on his laptop and do it that way. And I just always thought, and he agreed with me, that, you know, I use Instagram to share content. So he was like, yeah, for you it makes sense, especially with my YouTube channel, and like depending on what I'm sharing on Instagram, as a content creator, it's important for me. So I never deleted those apps off my phone. So because Brandon doesn't have Instagram and Facebook on his phone, he spends a lot of time on YouTube. And he watches lots of, I don't know, these days he's been really into like these videos about animals in the wild. I don't exactly know. But yeah, he's been doing that. And last Sunday after church, we both decided on our drive home from church that, I think it was Brandon that brought it up. He said, I want to turn off all notifications on my phone and see what happens. So that means no text message notifications, email, not Instagram, but yeah, just turning off all notifications except receiving phone calls. I thought like I would be open to trying that. Like my notifications for Instagram has been off for, I don't know, at least like 6 months to a year. I don't remember the last time I ever had my notifications on for Instagram. So as he was turning off the notifications, I decided I wanted to do that as well. And what he was saying was, he was like, okay, in the morning, like first thing in the morning, it's so easy for us to reach for our phones. Now, once you like pick up your phone and you see all the notifications, then instead of doing what you need to do, it's so easy to, you know, get lost in an email, or like, you know, feel overwhelmed about getting back to text messages or people that are trying to contact you. And he said he wanted to get back to, you know, conversations on his time. Like when he goes into like iMessage or Kakao, like he wants it to be his choice to go in and reply. And I really like that, because I know I have an issue with that. Like when I get emails, like I feel this urgency to answer them right away, even though there are more pressing matters on my plate. And so we've been trying that for a week, and it has been awesome. Like I have to say that it's been really freeing for me to go over to my phone and I don't see anything on my home screen because all my notifications are off. And so I will have like designated time. So first thing in the morning, what I've been starting to do since last week is I start off my morning like doing a meditation on the Calm app, which is hands down my favorite meditation app. It's amazing. I started out with the free version of it for a while, but I loved it so much that I paid for a year subscription, and I believe it was like $60, and I think it's totally worth it. So in the mornings I have been meditating, and then after that I've been doing my coaching homework. About like 6 days ago, I also started doing yoga at home. Now I do work out at a gym nearby, but I've been wanting to incorporate yoga at home just for flexibility and yeah, just my posture. You guys know I've talked about my posture before. It's not great. So sometimes I will do yoga at home, and then during the last step, Shavasana, where you're just lying out and just breathing, I'll turn on my Calm app and do the meditation. So it's been really nice, like having this morning routine. And so I feel like we kind of already have our foot in the door. And so how can we really just, you know, trim that and try and experiment for the next 2 weeks? So let me see what I have written on my phone. We talked about a few of the guidelines last night, and then I kind of just wrote them out on my phone today. So it's 2 weeks of no social media and content consumptions. So that means no YouTube, no Instagram, no Facebook, which is easy for me because I'm like never on Facebook. I check it maybe like once a month. So it's no YouTube, no Instagram, no Facebook, no Netflix. And this morning we established no blog reading, because I can see myself, since I don't have Instagram and YouTube, it's easy for me to just hop on and like go and read different blogs that I enjoy to make up for that. So we've established none of that. And I've also gone ahead and deleted Instagram and YouTube, the app, off my phone. So no temptations there. What we're going to allow for the next 2 weeks is reading books. Brandon has a whole stack of books that he received in the Seth Godin Alt MBA program. There's some that I've been interested in reading, one of them being The Art of Possibility. I really want to read that. And I do have some ebooks that have just been sitting in my Kindle app, to be honest. So more reading books. I'm allowed to watch videos that are inside my self-coaching scholars program. So I'm going to be spending more time doing that work. We're allowing podcasts because it's for like self-development. And let's see, for me, I'm allowed to hop on YouTube and Instagram only when creating. So if I am, you know, obviously I need to watch this video and edit it and then go onto YouTube and do all that. So that's okay for me. And if I need to put up an Instagram post like related to the video that I'm sending out, I will hop on for that. So for me, it's gonna be like installing and uninstalling Instagram as I need it. I'm not gonna keep it on my phone. And I will hop on at designated times to respond to comments on YouTube videos. So those are our rough guidelines, and some of the questions that I want to think about while doing this. Let me just get some concealer. Some of the questions that I want to think about that I haven't presented to Brandon yet is, how are we going to spend our free time? And yeah, I kind of want to have a plan for it. Like, I don't want to just go into it, because I feel like if I don't plan for it even loosely, I'm gonna feel tortured, and I don't want this to be like a deprivation challenge for me. So yeah, how am I going to spend my free time? I want to identify like what is going to be the biggest struggle for me, or like what times. And it's funny because yesterday during dinner I asked Brandon, I'm like, okay, can I get 30 minutes of Netflix time, you know, during lunch? Because most days I'm home for lunch and I'm home by myself. And rare times like Brandon and I will meet for lunch outside, but most of the time I'm home. And during that time, I really enjoy watching Netflix by myself. And I think I am pretty like self-controlled in that area, meaning I'm okay with sitting there, and for the 20 minutes that I eat, I watch Netflix, and I'm good at like turning it off after. Like, I don't sit there for hours watching it, because, you know, I just know that there are a lot of things that need my attention. So I tried to ask him if that was okay. And he didn't straight out say no, but he really challenged me to say, like, I feel like it'll be more beneficial if we just took it out completely. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it's gonna be a struggle for me, because Brandon, like during lunch, if he were to go to a restaurant to have lunch by himself, he's okay with just reading a book while having lunch. I don't think I've ever read while eating. Like that seems kind of foreign and bizarre to me. Or like, I know he listens to a lot of podcasts while he eats alone at a restaurant. So I already know that lunchtime is gonna be hard for me. So I want to prepare for that, like mentally prepare for that. And another question I wanted to think about was, what do I think will be easy? I think doing this challenge is going to create more time and space for me to really focus on my self-coaching, or coming up with video ideas, you know, just doing more creation or brainstorming. I kind of want to flesh out a little bit more of those details. And the last question that I want to marinate on is, what do I hope to learn? What do I hope to learn the next 2 weeks? So those are very, very general guidelines that I've set up for myself, and I'm excited to see what is going to happen out of that. I'm hoping to have, not hoping, I'm pretty sure I will have cool insight to share. And I'd love to hear from you guys if you have attempted something like this. I was just telling Brandon yesterday, like, man, I guess I really love these challenges, because I was thinking back on previous challenges that I did. I would say the first big one was it last summer? I think it was last summer. I did a fitness challenge for a month that was really, really tough, and I got into the best shape of my life in those 30 days. But it wasn't sustainable for me because I pushed really hard during those 30 days, and then afterwards I didn't stick with it. So I ended up just like losing the muscle that I built and just going back to my not so good habits of, you know, eating and not working out. And then I want to say 2 years ago, oh yeah, actually, this came first actually. 2 years ago, I, you know, decided to film a morning chat every day for, I think it was 23 days, because it wasn't quite all of December 2015. And that was a big one. And sometimes when I think back on it, I'm like, I can't believe I filmed and edited every day for close to a month. So yeah, I mean, I'm really proud of myself for doing that. I'm not in any kind of hurry to hop back on that, but at least I can say that, you know, I got that under my belt, and it was a really cool learning experience for me. And then I did what was it, like 3 month, my 3-month shopping ban? Maybe it was 90 days, 3 months. And then I did a 30 days of decluttering on Instagram, where every day I let go of certain items that I wasn't using anymore, whether that was, you know, they were like worn out and I had to toss it, or, you know, finding a new home for it, like donating it to someone or someplace. And I can't think of any more at the moment, but I've realized that I've always grown every time I do these little challenges. Little, they're not little. So I would love to come back and share that with you, but I'd also love to hear if social media is something that you struggle with, and if you have made an attempt at trying to intentionally remove it from your life, at least for a designated amount of time, and I guess what you learned from that experience. I'd love to know that. So yeah, please leave any kind of feedback, or, you know, the lessons learned in the comments down below if you feel inclined to. So I guess today it's a very rainy day, and I'm not going to work. So I'm trying to already think about how I'm gonna spend the rest of my day. Like, I have to eat lunch soon. It's 1:30, and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do while I eat? Can't watch Netflix. It's okay, it'll be good for me. I'm gonna believe that it'll be good for me, and it will be good for me. I started using my Glossier Boy Brow again, just to groom these guys. I haven't trimmed them in a while, so maybe I'll do that. But I've kind of been liking the length of my brows, and it's been kind of fun just gelling them up. So tonight Brandon is meeting a friend, and his friend is introducing him to like the CEO or his boss of the company, and yeah, they're going out to dinner. So dang, that's another meal I'm home by myself, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? I can't watch Netflix. Is that sad? I mean, oh man, I think I'm actually, oh, I didn't want to put on this lip gloss today. I think I'm actually going to, maybe I'll go to a coffee shop and do some work there. I mean, I love my apartment, but sometimes it's distracting in the sense where there's so many things I want to do. Like, as soon as I sit down to do some work, it's like, I need to declutter my pantry. So then I'll want to get up and start doing that. Or there's always a load of laundry that needs to be done. So I think I might go for a walk, and maybe I'll go to a coffee shop and edit this video so you guys can have it soon. So you know how, like, I think I've probably mentioned that I wasn't really crazy about the Glossier Generation G lipsticks. Well, I don't know what happened this summer, but I have been wearing this almost every single day. This is the color Crush, and it looks like that. I wouldn't say it's quite red. I want to say it's a little bit more pink than red, but oh my gosh, I'm surprised at how much I've used. But yeah, this is I don't know, I thought I'd mention that because I feel like almost every other morning chat I've been putting on my lip gloss. But yeah, I love this. It gives like the perfect blotted lipstick look. Okay, so that is all I have for you guys today. Let me know how you're doing. I'd love to chat with you in the comments down below. Please wish me luck because my brain is already like freaking out about all the things that I can't do. Like, I can't watch YouTube today. What? So yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in Thursday's video. I'm gonna film an empties. Yeah, I've collected enough to do that. Okay, so yeah, I'll see you on Thursday. Bye!